Hi everyone. I and Kari are here to read a February 1984 column. It's called Inside Job. Rachel Joe's little bit of artwork on our living room wall turned out to be the last straw. Paint and brushes came out of the basement. A new look was in order. A new look had been in order for years, but well, there was always some other job that came first. Now, anyone who has ever done some work with Bob knows painting walls is too simple a job for him. He has to do 10 things at once or nothing at all. This means we don't just paint the living room, we remodel it. I have to say that remodeling the room sounded like a good idea to me when Bob first suggested it, but I had no idea what the job involved or how long the whole house would be turned upside down for that simple project. First things first, Bob explained. We rip out this wall under the stairs and build large shelves for the TV and stereo. That'll make the place seem larger. The word rip always shakes me up a bit, but I have confidence that my husband's carpenter abilities. So I closed my eyes and handed him the crowbar. The wall came down only after a small bookcase already in it was emptied of volumes that it held. These books had to be placed somewhere, so I stacked them in our bedroom, out of the way of the carpenter, but not out of my way. Out of the way of the carpenter was good, but for the benefit of the new room, it was worth stepping around and restacking fallen books 10 times a day in our bedroom. When the paneling was ripped down, Bob sat at the kitchen table with a pencil and paper to do some figuring. He scribbled and scribbled on that paper until my curiosity got the best of me and asked him what he was doing. I have to see what lumber we need, he said as he took out the calculator and slide rule. By the time he had all his figures down to the last fraction of an inch, it was too late to go to the lumberyard. So there we sat with 4 kids crawling in and out a rather dusty hole in the wall until the next day when the lumberyard opened up. But of course, we couldn't just run over and pick up the plywood for shelves. Bob first had to recheck his figures. Well, we might as well patch that big spot in the floor as long as we're working, he said as he moved his pencil across the paper. And of course, we need stain for the wood and trim and wiring for those outlets you wanted. Outlets I wanted? I wanted to paint the wall, that's all. You take credit for the rest, I said. The lumber finally made it into our house that day. The shelves were sawed, put together, and stood in the center of the living room with 4 sawdust-covered kids lying on them. The only place to sit was on the couch, which was in the kitchen, in an out-of-the-way place. It took Bob some more figuring and sawing before he had the outlets in the shelves and all the wiring attached. Time lapse, about a week. After the shelves were in place and the wall looked like a wall again, Bob says, well, we might as well get a new carpet in here too. But that's another story and another column and another week. Yes, Bob always had big projects. Oh, he made them big. He made them bigger. But it was good the way he set up that under the stair hole in the wall, which took our television off a stand and out of the way and gave us a little more room, for sure. And the stereo. Of course, everything was much bigger then. Yeah, the sets were humongously heavy. I hope you enjoy my column from the ancient times of Words in My Pocket, and come again some other time to hear one of my stories about the Manskes of Sunnybrook Farm.